A man and a woman are never merely two bodies drawn together. They are two natural forces, two minds locked in the eternal dance of attraction, resistance, and power. The instant a man steps closer, she begins to test him. Not with words, with silence, hesitation, subtle barriers. This resistance is not rejection. It is the ancient law of human psychology carved into her instincts. Tonight, I will show you how that resistance breaks, not by force, but by essence, silence, and absolute mastery of the psyche. The eternal dance of masculine and feminine is older than time itself. Across cultures, generations, centuries, it has always played out the same way. This is not merely romance or lust. It is the collision of two primal energies, the immovable mountain and the flowing river. Attraction was never about looks or clever words alone. It is layers of instinct, curiosity, fear, trust, and the hunger for depth. Most men are baffled by her resistance. They mistake it for cruelty, for a wall built to keep them out. In truth, it is none of those things. It is a shield, a strength test, a depth gauge. The feminine does not test to destroy. It tests to reveal. Can this man stand firm? Are his feet planted? Or will he crumble the moment pressure arrives? A desperate man exposes weakness. An angry man exposes insecurity. Only the man who remains calm, patient, unshaken reveals true power. That is the essence of resistance. It is not an eternal wall. It is a refining fire. It is the storm that tests the mountain. The man who understands this does not fight it, chase it, beg it, or force it. He simply holds his ground with quiet certainty. His presence speaks louder than any word. And when he carries himself this way, resistance softens, not because she surrendered, but because she finally recognized something real, immovable, trustworthy. That is the moment curiosity overpowers fear. That is the moment the dance continues. This eternal dance is not a war to be won. It is a rhythm to be understood. Shield and test, challenge and calm response. Once a man learns this truth, he stops stumbling. He moves with patience, power, and grace. And in that space, respect and trust are born. The nature of resistance. Resistance is never random. It is not cruelty. It is the living echo of survival etched into human psychology. For thousands of years, women carried the burden of careful selection. A wrong choice once meant danger, instability, even death. The world has changed, but those instincts remain. When she resists, it is rarely outright rejection. It is the subconscious evaluation of the man standing before her. She is not testing his looks, his money, or his clever lines. She is testing his presence, his depth, his ability to remain steady under fire. She resists not to push him away, but to see if he can stay unbroken. Most men misread it. They think it's a wall designed to stop them. They grow frustrated. They push harder or give up and walk away. But resistance is not a wall. It is a mirror. It reflects the man's true self. If he is weak, it shows. If he is insecure, it surfaces. But if he is grounded, patient, unshakable, that too is revealed. Resistance is fire. It strips away the fake and leaves only truth. A superficial man cannot withstand it. His mask falls. A man built with patience and discipline is sharpened by it. The fire does not destroy him. It purifies him. That is why silence has power. That is why patience has power. The man who does not rush, does not break, does not need, proves his strength without a single word. His stillness is more persuasive than any argument. Resistance is never the end of the story. It is the beginning. It is not her rejecting him. It is her rejecting weakness, insecurity, instability. What survives resistance is truth about who he really is. The wise man does not resist resistance. He does not take it personally. He knows it is a test written into human nature, and because he knows he is unbreakable, he deepens. He grows stronger in the silence. The power of calm presence. Words can be broken. Gestures can be forgotten. Presence cannot be ignored. Presence is the silent weight a man carries into every room. It is the energy that speaks before he opens his mouth. A man anchored in himself does not chase approval. He does not bend to every reaction around him. He stands rooted like an ancient tree, unmoved by winds of doubt or storms of challenge. This calm presence commands respect. Resistance fades, not because she was argued into submission or charmed by clever lines, but because his presence proved its strength. He has no need to force, beg, or prove. He simply is, and that is enough. Calm presence is not built in a single night. It is forged through self-discipline, patience, and inner work. A man who knows himself radiates quiet certainty. Certainty is more powerful than persuasion. In a loud, insecure world, the man who can remain calm is rare. And because he is rare, he becomes unforgettable. The silent tests every interaction between a man and a woman, contains moments of silence, hesitation, subtle distance. To the untrained eye, these pauses seem meaningless. In reality, they are profound. They are nature's quiet examinations. She does not always test with words. She tests with silence, delay, ambiguity. She watches not only what you say, but who you are when the moment becomes uncomfortable. Do you rush to fill the silence? Do you become nervous, desperate, angry, frustrated? Or do you remain calm, grounded, unshaken like a mountain against the storm? These silent tests are not designed to destroy you. They are not cruelty. They are nature's way of revealing your essence. Anyone can appear confident when life is easy. True strength is revealed only under pressure. A pause exposes whether confidence is real or just a mask. Your reaction in the silent test speaks louder than words. A nervous breakdown reveals weakness. Impatience reveals insecurity. But calm, steady presence communicates something deeper. Your feet are planted. You do not need approval. You are complete within yourself. The silent test is not a trick or a game. It is a search for truth. Feminine instinct asks, is this man steady enough to lead, strong enough to trust, calm enough to carry weight without breaking? And here is the secret. You do not pass the silent test by forcing it, proving it, or trying harder. You pass it by existing, by breathing slowly, by letting your stillness prove you are unshaken. Your presence in the silence becomes the answer. Every hesitation, every pause, every wall is an opportunity to reveal who you are. Meet it with calm and you rise. Fight it with fear or frustration and you fall. The wise man welcomes the silent test. He knows it is not an obstacle, it is a mirror. And if his foundation is solid, he has nothing to fear. The mountain does not fear the storm. The storm only proves the mountain's strength. The masculine frame. A frame is more than posture, confidence, words, or style. A frame is the inner world you carry. It is the invisible atmosphere that surrounds you wherever you go. It cannot be borrowed. It cannot be faked. It is the reality you live inside every single day. Most men step into situations waiting for someone else to set the tone. They enter another person's frame, another person's world. They react instead of lead, but the man who builds his own frame never gets lost in someone else's reality. He pulls others into his. His direction is clear. His vision is solid. His presence quietly demands respect without ever speaking. A woman feels it instantly. She feels the difference between a man with no frame whose energy shifts with moods, whose words bend to chase approval, whose decisions shift like sand, and a man with an unshakable one. With the man who has no frame, there is no stability, no gravity, no pull. But with the man who carries his own frame, she feels herself drawn into the orbit of someone who knows exactly where he is going. Masculine frame is not arrogance, domination, shouting, or force. True frame is calm authority, clarity, and the ability to stand so firmly in your own reality that others naturally align with it. You do not have to pull or push. Your grounded presence becomes the center of gravity. That is why resistance softens around a man with a strong frame. She does not feel him fighting her or proving himself. She feels herself standing in front of a reality more stable than her own. When certainty stands taller, the storm of doubt dies out. Masculine frame cannot be imitated. It is built with discipline, vision, principles. It comes from knowing who you are, where you are going, and what you stand for. A man with that structure is unmoved by small tests or passing moods. In the end, masculine frame is not about having power over others. It is about having power over yourself. When you master your own mind, your own direction, your own energy, you no longer chase validation. Others feel it and are willingly pulled into your world. That is the essence of frame, not performance, reality itself, a living, unshakable truth. The strategic mind. Many men confuse strategy with manipulation. They think being strategic means lying, deceiving, or controlling. Real strategy is none of those things. Real strategy is awareness. It is the ability to see patterns where others see chaos, to sense shifts before they are spoken, to move with patience instead of rushing in. Life itself is strategy. Nature operates on timing. A seed planted in winter dies. A seed planted in spring grows. The hunter who strikes too early fails. The hunter who strikes too late starves. The wise man learns this rhythm and moves with it. He does not rush blindly. He acts when the moment is right. He waits when silence is required. In relationships, this awareness is everything. Her resistance is not an enemy to attack. Aggression only builds higher walls. But patience, timing, and precision soften resistance without conflict. Like water shaping stone, not through force but through persistence, awareness opens doors that pressure would slam shut. The strategic mind understands tension. It knows when to lean in, when to pull back, when to speak, when to be silent. Sometimes the most powerful move is to make no move at all. By reading the moment clearly, the wise man avoids the mistakes of impulse. Strategy is not cold or mechanical. It is intelligence married to patience. It is the art of waiting without losing power. It is the discipline to act only when the ground is ready. And when he does act, the strategic man moves with such precision that it feels effortless and inevitable. The man without strategy stumbles. He reacts too early or too late. He pushes when he should hold. He retreats when he should advance. But the strategic man flows with timing, and timing gives him power. Resistance can never be overcome by force. It melts in the face of certainty, presence, and the calm awareness of a man who knows exactly when and how to move. That is the power of strategy. It does not break walls. It walks over them. The strategic mind does not control others. It masters itself, and in that mastery the world aligns. The poetry of mystery. What cannot be fully known has always pulled at the human heart. From the beginning of time, mystery has drawn explorers to oceans, seekers to deserts, dreamers to the stars. In the same way, mystery draws people to one another. It ignites curiosity. It sets imagination on fire. It invites discovery. A man who reveals everything too quickly loses depth. When every thought, every story, every detail is laid bare, there is nothing left to wonder about. When there are no hidden corners left to explore, curiosity dies. But a man who carries silence with him, who refuses to over-explain, creates depth. He becomes an ocean, visible on the surface, immeasurable beneath. This is not a mask or a trick. It is not deception. It is the natural depth of a man so full of life that no single moment can ever fully expose him. Every word, every action, every glance hints at something more beneath the surface. Curiosity is one of humanity's strongest forces. And when curiosity becomes stronger than fear, resistance begins to fade. She resists when there is nothing left to trust, nothing left to discover. But when she senses depth, when she feels there is more beneath the surface, her instincts begin to lean forward. Mystery creates space, and space creates pull. The man who masters mystery does not rush to explain. He does not overshare or constantly seek validation. He carries himself like a horizon, always there, yet never fully reachable. Every interaction leaves the feeling that there is still more to uncover. That is the poetry of mystery. It is not about hiding. It is about revealing slowly. It is about being too rich to fit into a single moment. In mystery, attraction is not forced. It flows. The stoic fire within a man who governs himself cannot be easily governed by another. That is the essence of true power. It is the ability to remain calm, disciplined, unshaken no matter what storm comes. This is the stoic fire inside. It is not wild or uncontrolled. It is not a flame that flares up and burns out. It is the quiet, steady glow that warms even the longest night, patient, controlled, unbreakable. Many men believe they must never fail, never show weakness, chase perfection. But perfection does not build trust. Consistency does. A woman does not seek a man who never struggles. She seeks a man who does not quit when he does. The stoic fire shows itself in the small moments. It does not explode when frustration rises. It does not crumble when fear whispers. It does not waver when temptation calls. The man who carries this fire feels every emotion, but he is not ruled by them. He rules them. That is why resistance softens in the presence of real strength. Chaos cannot survive near calm. Uncertainty cannot survive near stability. When a woman sees a man who does not break under silent tests or pressure, she feels something rare: safety, stability, true power. This fire is not born, it is built. It is built with patience when the world pushes. It is built with discipline when comfort tempts. It is built with calm when storms rage. Kindling this fire is not about killing emotion. It is about mastering it. The greatest power is not control over others. It is control over yourself. The stoic fire does not shout, boast, or demand. Yet everyone who stands near it feels its warmth. It earns respect without asking. It inspires trust without effort. This is the quiet strength that makes a man unbreakable. The path beyond resistance. Resistance does not vanish because she gave up. It vanishes because trust was built. Trust cannot be demanded, forced, or bought. It is born from how a man carries himself, from his calm in silence, from his steadiness in storms. Resistance is not cruelty. It is her shield. It is her way of asking, can I trust this man? Can he stand strong for himself? Can he stand strong for me? When the answer is yes, her defenses fall, not because she lost, because she finally feels safe enough to let them go. Trust is never built on charm or endless talking. It comes from deeper qualities: authority without arrogance, power without cruelty, presence without need. Authority without arrogance means leading quietly, without pride. Power without cruelty means being decisive, never reckless, strong, yet gentle. Presence without need means wholeness, not chasing or clinging. When these qualities are present, resistance transforms. Hesitation becomes curiosity. Distance becomes closeness. This is not victory over her. It is harmony with her. The path beyond resistance is not conquest. It is alignment. Very few men walk this path because it demands discipline and self-mastery. But those who find the truth know this. When trust is earned, resistance is no longer a barrier. It becomes a gateway to respect, connection, and something far greater. If these words stirred something deep inside you, if the truth echoed in your own life, take one step further, like this video, Subscribe for more wisdom. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story matters. Your questions matter, and let me know. Do you want me to keep rewriting future pieces in the exact same prophetic, poetic tone, just reshaped and refined? Or sometimes refresh it while preserving the fire? Say the word.